Welcome to Mindshock. This is your host, Bruce McGuire. And this is the Christmas 2025 live stream Christmas Day. A logical podcast, unlike any other out there in the mainstream or otherwise, of course, where we do not fall for logical fallacies here, or at least attempt to not to not fall for logical fallacies, as we examine everything under the sun. Nothing is off limits, or almost nothing. YouTube does like to play some games. As always, if you enjoy the podcast, want to help logic and reason return to a world where it's quickly going extinct, you can donate to our PayPal. Just check the link in the description. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. Like and share. Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and Patreon. Patreon is a group priority for case topic, logical analysis, co-podcast requests. You could also be a guest on the podcast depending on your tier. Questions, comments, theories, thoughts, suggestions, rebuttals, debunkings of any kind, leave them in the comment section. Unless, of course, you are with us here live, then drop them in the live chat. I will try to get to all of them. You can also support the podcast by being a YouTube member right here on YouTube. Welcome, Aaron, South to West, Run Boston Bear, Layla, Flat Bob, Sarah Catherine, Les Xylophone, OIC, Dark Side of the Moon, and anybody else I may have missed here. And Flat Bob, happy, merry to all in this dispensation of grace. A dispensation, that's a good word right there. That's a good word. So, what is on the agenda for everybody this holiday? It has been quite an interesting year, if you go by the Gregorian calendar, which I am not claiming is accurate in any way. Check out the Altered History playlist, and also The Real History of the World. 2 episodes dropped thus far. Plenty more to come, and examining all that is known about our timeline in our realm. Obviously, the mainstream narrative has issues, which would be an understatement. Les Xylophone says, let's talk about them JFK diaries about the H-Man. Les Xylophone says, I heard they added like 300 years to the calendar, possibly up to 1,000. And I'm not sure about adding. These could simply be mistakes and from which date they are counting. For example, in the year 1500, are they counting when they're writing their history down? Are they counting 15 years post the death of Christ? Or are they counting from the beginning, from the very beginning of this realm, this, or at least the main reset? So, yeah. Congrats on your new cell phone, Sarah Catherine. Another Black Mirror. Did I do a whole podcast on that? I know I've talked about it before, about phones being black mirrors. Flat Bob says, today is my Mindshock wrench-iversary. That's a good word. Well, I don't know. The year might be 1025. I mean, perhaps ancient Rome is not so ancient. Perhaps a lot of events happened as recently as a couple hundred years ago. There is an interesting AI video. Actually, hold on. Before we get to the AI video, let me put up a really funny I mean, it's funny I don't know. It's dark funny, I guess. Some black comedy here. I mean, this is just weird. I mean, what kind of degenerates would do something like this? Let me put this video up, see what everybody thinks about it. I'm not sure I've ever seen a video that so perfectly encapsulates everything that is wrong with Western society. So let's go through. Let's do a play-by-play here. So first of all, these so-called adults have indoctrinated their children into. I mean, I don't know how far deep down the pagan rabbit hole and all the issues with Christmas. I've done the Christmas Conspiracy podcast. I premiered that again the other day. You could check that out on all of the pagan roots, etc. But also the indoctrination into the cult of materialism. And so they also brainwashing children into believing that this fat man rides around, flying around in the sky with reindeer and somehow making it down narrow chimneys and delivering presents and needs to be fattened up with milk and cookies even further. Despite the morbid obesity, the man needs to be fattened even further. And so they've indoctrinated their children into this belief system, possibly setting them up for a lifetime of traumatic, propagandized mental health issues. I don't remember which podcast we were talking about that, but getting your children to believe in Santa, like having all these adults lie to their children. I mean, it's interesting from an MK Ultra point of view, but it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad from a human point of view. And then now the Grinch is going to steal their presents. So instead of embracing the Christmas spirit and freely handing gifts to make somebody happy, they're all traumatized because this green monster is stealing their presents. And again, the parents here, I mean, it's just, this is wrong on so many levels. Not only whoever's filming here getting close-ups of crying, traumatized children, because again, they're being indoctrinated into materialism, into the cult of materialism. So having their toys and presents stolen is kind of traumatic. To the point of they're even attacking the Grinch. Now, here's another thing. The Grinch is literally shoving these children out of the way. I mean, this has got to be a certain point of, I mean, this has got to be some kind of child abuse here physically. I mean, I know the child kind of attacked him, but it's like swatting flies here. I mean, okay, so then he yoinks the present, goes yoink, and then, I mean, why is this person just filming all these crying, traumatized children? And then this guy, Vamoose, is up the stairs, no less, not even out of the side of the house. And now, here's one of the most disgusting moments right here. Another close-up of the crying girl, but here's an even more, crying spoiled child. But here's another moment. This adult here is calling, she's pointing at the camera person to get to record this crying child. So not only has all of this been perpetrated, but now this supposed adult here, she's laughing while pointing behind her so that the camera person will get even more footage of this crying, traumatized child. So this video really summarizes, a single video has done such a great job in summarizing everything wrong with Western society. Just all of these parents perfectly happy to traumatize their children on multiple levels, on multiple levels here, while indoctrinating them into the cult of materialism, setting them up for many mental health issues down the line, while doing it all for not just the lulz, but I don't know how old this video is. They used to say do it for the Vine. But just for clicks, I guess. Just for clicks, just for online attention. I mean, these so-called adults are just laughing at their crying children being traumatized. And pointing for further close-ups of the traumatization. I mean, wow. But this is technically par for the course for Santa Claus, Satan's claws, selling your soul for gifts, for materialism, for Saturn, Satan, for the mark of the beast, 666, the cube, the black cube of Satan, Saturn. All of this we have gone over in the past. Don't really want to go over it now. But yeah, what a horrible video. What a horrible video. But yes, again, summarizing that the West is in full collapse. I mean, this is just kind of weird. Like, would adults, like, I don't know. I could understand some psychos like Flat Bob from the comfort of his armchair thinking it's hilarious. But if you're the parents in the video, I mean, I don't know. What would motivate you to traumatize your children this way, just piling on to the lying about Santa and all that? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What would be behind that motivation? Just for the clicks and the online attention. Les Xylophone said, kids being bad. You think all of the kids there were bad? I mean, there's a lot of kids there. Like, I could maybe understand if it's like one or two kids, one or two parents that want to teach the kids a lesson, maybe, if they were that spoiled and bad. But that still sounds like a problem with the parents and discipline. But yeah, there's a lot of people here. I mean, look at these innocent bystander children being traumatized. You think they were all misbehaved as well? Like 100%? So this is just some kind of like neighborhood party only for the misbehaved children? There's a lot of children there. Sarah says, my parents would hide little silver bells in the grass when I was little, and they told me the bells fell off Santa's sleigh. Flat Bob says, I've always hated the idea of Santa Claus after finding out it was a lie because it will lead children to believe their parents lied about God as well as the Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, etc. Les Xylophone says, anything is possible when you're on mushrooms, Bruce. Dark Side of the Moon says, I saw that last night. I don't like those videos, poor kids. Yeah, I mean, any videos that are basically trying to get attention in any way off the suffering of children are kind of messed up. I mean, that's kind of messed up. Aaron says, I recall back in the 60s they were changing the engraved dates on buildings. I don't think you mentioned that before. Changing the engraved dates. That's really interesting. Expand on that recollection. That sounds really interesting. Yannick says they invented the Middle Ages, Dark Age to justify the present. Yeah, there's definitely some funny business going on in the so-called Dark Ages. I mean, if Satan, the father of lies, is inverting everything, perhaps the Dark Ages were all part of the millennial reign of Christ, if that theory is true, and this is indeed Satan's little season. All right, so we have another video here, a video that is supposedly going to get AI banned. This is possibly... There's actually a ton of these Grinch videos. I guess it's kind of like a theme. Yeah, these are kind of disgusting. I don't really want to watch more of them because some of these are like 2-year-olds and they're just getting all in their face to watch them cry for the videos. Pretty messed up. Pretty messed up. Definitely some kind of satanic influence there. All right, so let's watch this AI video, which may be getting AI banned. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I think we went over this on, was it? I forget which one we went over this on, but I'm a little bit surprised they've actually unleashed AI to the degree that they have. I mean, obviously, you can only imagine what the top secret stuff is. Aaron says the changing of dates was announced on TV and in the papers. They made up some crap about how it was misleading or something. That's really interesting. I will definitely have to jump on that and, yeah, get some sources on that. That's really interesting that they announced it. All right, so buckle up. This is possibly going to be the best of this season's Christmas movies.
I can't stand the globalists. The goblins hate 1776. George Soros, the Saruman of Middle-earth, has a gay son.
You're late.
A wizard is never late, Tucker Baggins. He arrives precisely when his globalist research is concluded. Ha 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 ha!
There are markings, Jonesdolf. Looks like some globalist BS, but I can't read it.
The language is that of the Bilderberg Group, which I will not utter here.
Bilderberg?
In the common tongue, it says, "You will own nothing and be happy. Your country will be flooded with rapists from Mordor. We hate Jesus. And we're going to cut off your son's Johnson." It blows. But long story short, these demons hate everything about us because we're such great guys. We don't know who has the other seeing stones, you stupid son of a bitch.
The hour is later than you think. The 9 have left Minas Morgul. Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin, and others are riding to the Shire as we speak.
Go fuck yourself.
They will cancel the ring bearer and have him demonetized on YouTube.
Tucker!
"1776 2.0 is over, friend.
We're not friends, and your son is a faggot.
I mean, Jones's delivery is hilarious. I've long maintained Alex Jones is the greatest thespian of our time, if not of all time. I have never seen anybody with this guy's range. I mean, is there anything this guy can't do? And obviously, I mean, this is all AI. I'm sure if he actually played this role, I'm sure he would do an even better job.
Give us Tucker Carlson Baggins.
If you, want him, then maybe come claim him.
I need an out pouch.
Fair use. This is obviously all fair use.
I'm still relevant.
America first, 1776. America first, 1776. America first, 1776. America first, 1776. America first, 1776.
Fair use, obviously. All fair use. All the time. Here on Mindshock. Still fair use, just in case anybody was wondering. Still fair use now as well. And look at all that fair use going on. Can you imagine more fair use than this? I mean, that's a lot of fair use there. That is a lot of fair use. Yes, Rune, this is indeed fair use. Fair use. Still fair use.
Not to be rude, but I'm still waiting on that nicotine pouch.
Listen, bro, we did what Jones Dolph told us to. We brought the ring to Elon Rond, and now we can go back to talking about chimps and jujitsu.
Maybe you're right. Chimps are strong and fun to talk about.
So fucking strong, dude. So fucking strong.
I mean, this is better than anything that's come out of Hollywood in a while now. Yes, Austin, this is still fair use.
His strength returns.
Elon Ron, I have a personal question for you. Just friend to a friend, leader to a leader. Are you on the spectrum?
You know, I very well could be.
Well, might I then suggest that we fucking use it?
So, yeah, pretty funny stuff right there. Funny stuff. But yeah, AI is definitely getting quite out of hand. Let's see here. I missed a few comments. Flat Bob says, I think it is intentionally letting AI get out of hand to the point where you can't tell what's real and what's not in order to roll out digital ID to verify that you're a real person. Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't seen it phrased that way, but let's shock some minds here. How long has AI really been around? Hundreds of years? Thousands? Is the Mandela effect some kind of retroactive AI? Just glitching out. Or possibly intentional. Austin MP says there was a video of a 10-foot-tall creature running under a streetlight or something, I think in Memphis, with a black woman reacting, and I can't find it. Are we keeping this Christmas related or no? We're going cryptozoological. The Fallen Slaves Us All said Steven Seagal as Spigal. Yeah, they forgot they forgot Seagal in that one. That would have been legendary. Austin MP says, Elon, the most overrated intelligence of all time. Yeah, Elon does appear to be an idiot. Yannick says, Joe the Toe. Yannick says Stephen Hawking is. Elon is second. OIC is absolutely. Musk is a certified dim-wit. Rune Thorson says, a better question, is this the first time we have smartphones? That is a good question. Flat Bob says, technically we are artificial intelligence. God created us, making it artificial. Right? I think, okay, I don't feel like looking up the exact definitions. I believe AI, by definition, would have to be soulless. So, a non-organic entity. A machine, per se. A soulless machine. But the Terminator franchise is looking more and more interesting every passing day. Austin MP says, Kobe scored his 81 points in his 666th career game, by the way. I did find Steven Seagal in an AI video, so we'll watch that next. Hold on a second. Let me get that loaded. I wonder if there's any podcast that mentions Steven Seagal as much as Mindshock. Alright, brace yourselves, people. Brace yourselves. The great one, Steven Seagal.
Sensei
Fair use.
Seagal if back. Seagal if back. After saving the world, bringing world peace, and winning 3 Oscars for best film ever made.
If a man does his best, what else is there?
Join Dr. Seagal in the most accurate biopic of the century.
You still sore about that $50? Or you gonna be like that now?
After playing the Super Bowl halftime show.
How's your daughter? The boogeyman in town.
Fair use.
They fucked with the wrong cookies.
Come on, boy, let's go. I know Kung Fu. After all the times I saved your life.
Because fuck minions.
I love the fuck out of cookies.
Sensei Seagal will give it to you raw and uncut.
Man, you confusing me for somebody who give a shit. Tell every motherfucker on the street they're not safe. And I'm an adult. So if you take the rap from me, you're a minor. I ain't gonna do nothing to you.
Join 10-time Winter Olympics winner, His Majesty Lord Steven Seagal, in this epic, historically accurate documentary.
I love the fuck out of cookies. I'm the motherfucker that's gonna do you what you've been doing everybody else. Fuck you. No, fuck you. You fucked everything that moved, foreign and domestic. Like a monkey trying to fuck a football now, really.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like one of the greatest biopics of all time, if they actually made it. This was so incredible, we have to watch it again. Oh, man. Oh, man. Were any lies told in this biopic trailer? Now, let's watch this again. Fair use.
Seagal if back. After saving the world, bringing world peace, and winning 3 Oscars for best film ever made.
It seems like he would win a lot more than that if it wasn't rigged.
If a man does his best, what else is there?
Join Dr. Seagal in the most accurate biopic of the century.
Is he actually a doctor? So that's the thing. Does anybody find it shocking that Steven Seagal might not have an official doctorate? Let me fact check this. So there's a Steven Seagal who's a PhD at the University of Missouri School of Medicine, but not Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal somehow does not hold a doctorate. This is shocking. I mean, this is absolutely shocking. Of all of his accomplishments, he's the most accomplished living human being today. If you think that's hyperbole, check out the 30-hour plus podcast series here on Mindshock with receipts. Non-stop receipts. The guy has accomplished more than anybody in the most fields of endeavor. And, yeah, I mean, this is crazy. Of course, he does have his 2026 movie comeback coming. The greatest movie comeback of all time. Yeah, it's kind of weird. He doesn't have a doctorate.
You still sore about that $50? Or you gonna be like that now?
After playing the Super Bowl halftime show,
How's your daughter? The boogeyman in town.
they fucked with the wrong cookies.
Who is they?
Come on, boy, let's go. I know Kung Fu. After all the times I saved your life.
You know, it'd be crazy if they actually made this movie with Seagal. I mean, how incredible would it be? This might be the most entertaining movie of all time if they actually made it on this scale.
Because fuck minions.
I love the fuck out of cookies.
Can Steven Seagal skateboard? Let's fact check this. Huh. So, All-Timers decks use Steven Seagal graphics. But I can't find any documentation of Seagal himself skateboarding. This is shocking. You would think he'd be an expert skateboarder and rollerblader. Well, okay then.
Sensei Seagal will give it to you raw and uncut.
Man, you confusing me for somebody who give a shit.
So he's just going around stealing kids' cookies at school? That's interesting. Flapop says maybe he doesn't have a doctorate because he knows the education system is a sham. Well, of course he knows that, but on his long list of accomplishments, you would think he would have received a ton of honorary doctorates at the minimum. Yeah, I'm not saying he would have been wasting his time in academia. Flapop says the only way to have any movie claim most entertaining of all time is it would have to have Alex Jones in it. Yeah, it would, but Steven Seagal, obviously good friends with Alex Jones. Welcome, Mr. One-to-One. OIC says, wasn't he given a title from a Tibetan monk? He's an officially recognized reincarnated lama. I did a whole episode on that in the Seagal series.
Tell every motherfucker on the street they're not safe.
I like how he's saying that in a room full of children. Is this kindergarten? Kindergarten Cop 3. Did you guys know there was a Kindergarten Cop 2? Released in 2016 with Dolph Lundgren. And yes, I am ashamed to say I have not seen this movie. I never knew it even existed until the other day when I don't know how it randomly popped up somewhere. But Kindergarten Cop 2 with Dolph Lundgren is actually a movie. How's that for a Christmas mind shock? So anyway, Kindergarten Cop 3 with Seagal would be hilarious.
Motherfucker on the street, they're not safe.
Why is he randomly fighting a tiny woman?
And I'm an adult. So if you take the rap from me, you're a minor. I ain't gonna do nothing to you.
Join 10-time Winter Olympics winner, His Majesty Lord Steven Seagal, in this epic, historically accurate documentary.
I love the fuck out of cookies. I'm the motherfucker that's gonna do you what you've been doing everybody else. Fuck you. No, fuck you. You fucked everything that moved, foreign and domestic.
What is going on here? They're just randomly eating in space.
Like a monkey trying to fuck a football now, really.
Okay then. Okay then. What's next, peoples? Yeah, I uploaded the first 4 rounds of the Logic Olympics. So the 5th round we will be doing soon. Maybe either tomorrow or after tomorrow. Mr. 1-to-1 wishing everybody a merry one. It's the 5th round. There have been 4 rounds of Logic Olympics. I just premiered the 4th one earlier today. So we'll tally the lead scorers for round 5 because everybody's points carry over. Yeah, I don't have an exact time for that, but yes, definitely before the new year. The alleged new year. So what does everybody else want to go over on this stream? Seagal would be pretty hilarious in superhero movies. Imagine Marvel movies with Seagal. Well, and Alex Jones, of course, as well. Alright, let's see, let's look at this clip. Alex Jones on AI. Let's see what Alex Jones has to say about AI. I don't think we went over this one before.
I declare this July 4th, 2022, to be a declaration of independence against the alien force on this planet today, waging war against humans and our biology and our very future, that is attempting to exterminate the majority of us and force the minority that's left to merge with AI computers and become cyborg slaves of Satan. Force the minority that's left to merge with AI computers and become cyborg slaves of Satan. Exterminate the majority on this planet today, waging war against humans and our biology and our very future, that is attempting to exterminate the majority of us and force the minority that's left to merge with AI computers and become cyborg slaves of Satan.
Cyborg slaves of Satan is the goal of AI, according to one Alex Jones. Flat Bob asking about the Jaron Austin debate conclusion. Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a conclusion in one episode. We might have to do a few more parts. I needed some recovery time from that. But yeah, I could, yeah, I'm going to jump on that. We definitely need to finish that up. OIC asking about the Liquid Sun. Oh, Yannick asking about the last card of Illuminati card game. Well, the Illuminati card game, I've had that in the works for a few years. I'm trying to track down the prototype cards. And, yeah, I guess I'll have to just do the episode without that. I really wanted to get those because supposedly there were some different ones in the prototype version that were quite interesting. And I've found a few references to them, but I haven't been able to get images of them. Yannick says the alien invasion is supposed to be the last card. I don't know if there is an official last card because they're in alphabetical order, right? You know what's kind of interesting? We talked about this a few times, that regarding like tabloids with all the crazy stories about aliens and Bigfoot and all that. If they were all true, what better way than to hide them in plain sight in the tabloid section so that nobody would ever think they were true or take them seriously? I'm going through some of the cards right now. So check this one out. The Meek Shall Inherit. It almost looks like these are medieval castles and not modern buildings. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, one of the reasons I wanted to do a full in-depth series on the Illuminati card game is just the amount of coincidence in them is just absolutely astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. And some of these are so insane I mean, could they possibly be true on some level? I mean, look at this one here. Plague of Demons. And then you, of course, have DC here. Plague of Demons in DC. Are they interdimensional reptilian shapeshifters? Yeah, crazy, crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm looking on some stuff about the liquid sun. I mean, there seems to be quite a lot of information here on the liquid sun. I mean, a lot of it uses NASA as a base, which is obviously problematic. Would it surprise no one if all of these celestial bodies were something completely other than the mainstream scientism establishment purports? The Men in Black. What about the Men in Black card? I have a pretty extensive Men in Black series on Mindshock if you haven't checked that out. Austin MP says the card game stuff is crazy. Wait, the Fallen Slave Assault says Men in Black exposed that? What do you mean exposed that? Exposed, oh, the tabloids? Yeah, yes, I do have a Mandela Effect podcast part 2 coming out, Flat Bob.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sky Scholar. There have been many interesting developments this past summer which should be mentioned. First was the release of Unziker's book. The book now appears in English, French, and German. Second, the release of Unziker's book prompted Steve Crothers to write an article for Nexus magazine based in Australia, which has a subscription base of 1.1 million people worldwide. That article appears in the October-November issue and will be available at bookstores throughout North America, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and Asia. It should be out any day. I urge everyone to get a copy and have a read. Third, Patrick Van Rees was recently interviewed by Michael and Anastasia of the Demystifying Science podcast, and that video was just released. In that interview, Kirchhoff's law, which has been dominantly used for several past decennia and which soon might be decrowned by the rivaling new liquid model. Speaking of Michael and Anastasia, they are sponsoring their first conference. The wing of the eclipse will occur during the help ensure that Onsaker is free to decide what is the most compelling evidence for a liquid sun in his mind. In fact, that is one of the reasons that the 40 line of evidence paper was produced. Different lines of evidence will appeal to different people, depending on their background. That is great. For instance, for many people, the ripples on the pond is the strongest line of evidence, and I have covered the problem twice in videos. Such behavior cannot logically be explained in the standard model without suspension of disbelief. Attempts to calculate the ripples in the standard model claim to have been successful, as can be seen in this paper. But the reality remains that such calculations require the presence of a reflective surface within the sun, something which cannot exist in the standard model, as I had discussed in this video. Such modeling also grossly underestimates the magnitude of the event by a factor of 10 and could not account for the fact that the velocity of the ripples increased over time. So to claim that such behavior was predicted by calculations is a distortion of what is actually possible for the standard model. Again, there are no reflective surfaces in a gaseous plasma sun. So calculations based on non-existent reflective surfaces are without merit. I first brought up these ripples on the sun long ago in the New York Times article and have returned to it over and over again. In the 40 proofs paper, I had noted that the bright regions corresponded to displacement towards the detector. Unfortunately, that was an error on my part, as bright regions actually implied displacement away from the detector. That was corrected in this video, but now I make it clear to everyone. It makes no difference relative to the fact that these images provide some of the strongest evidence that the sun has a true surface comprised of condensed matter. Still, for me as a spectroscopist, the most important line of evidence for a liquid sun will always be the thermal spectrum. This spectrum cannot be properly accounted for by gaseous plasmas, as I discussed last year in this video and addressed in depth in this paper. It can also not be accounted for by the electric plasma sun, despite claims to the contrary. The only feasible explanation is that the sun is condensed matter, as only condensed matter in the laboratory has ever produced such a spectrum. Again, whatever mechanism takes place in graphite and soot must also take place on the sun. The only option is the vibration of atomic nuclei within the confines of a lattice, as I have repeatedly stated.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting stuff. I haven't specifically, I vaguely remember something about this a while ago, but I haven't spent too much time on this because, again, what we're seeing could be a reflection, a hologram. Is it a hologram of a liquid sun? Or is it an actual liquid sun? Either way, how would you know?
Mechanisms invoked in the standard model or for an electric sun have nothing whatsoever to do with the production of a blackbody radiation spectrum on Earth, and those are therefore scientifically invalid. I remind everyone that how a plasma is produced makes no difference relative to its inability to generate a thermal spectrum. Plasmas always produce distortions like emission spikes even when a continuous spectrum is present. Furthermore, in all instances, any thermal spectrum simultaneously observed with a gaseous plasma is associated with adjacent condensed matter, not with the plasma itself. One often hears astronomers state that optically thick gaseous plasmas can produce blackbody radiation. However, this is a circular argument, as any gas which is optically thick will be blackbody by definition. The problem is that gases are never optically thick. To claim otherwise is to impart on gases blackbody behavior which they do not possess. Optically thick gaseous plasmas simply do not exist. Only condensed matter is optically thick over a broad range of frequencies. Now, in closing, I wanted to highlight one thing. When the ideas which gave birth to the standard model were first being developed 150 years ago, our only means of acquiring an image of the sun was in the optical range. The range of wavelengths was extremely limited, As a result, it was easy for solar physicists to claim that the surface was nothing but an optical illusion. The problem is that now we can view the sun at every frequency, from the radio range to the X-ray and gamma range. In every case, we see evidence for a real surface. Not only that, the so-called optical illusion also behaves like a real surface. The sun rings like a bell at very low frequency, and that requires reflections at a surface. Ripples are being produced because ponds have real surfaces in the presence of gravitational forces. The doubling of signal intensity at the limb in the X-ray and gamma region also provides evidence for a surface. The list goes on and on. At this point, astronomers need to embrace the fact that the sun has a real surface. The evidence is pointing in this direction, and it is simply overwhelming. It is time for the next generation of scientists to rally behind the condensed nature of the stars, and with that, bring a new dawn to astronomy. Well, that is all for now. Next, we move to the consequences of lattice structure in the sun and the stars, and also relative to the formation of the planets. If you enjoyed the video today, promote the channel.
So yeah, that's the liquid sun theory in a nutshell. Okay. Let's do a Christmas Alex Jones video. Hold on here. I mean, this is an old one, but I don't think we actually went over it somehow. Somehow I think we missed it. I don't know how, but we appeared to have missed this Alex Jones clip. Fair use, as always. Last Christmas, I gave you my still fair use. Look at all this fair use. Look at that fair use.
Turn the friggin' frogs gay! Do you understand that? See this crap! I'm sick of being social engineered. It's not funny!
I don't know why somebody put that together. Oh, man. Oh, man. So what do you guys want to do? Let's just, I actually can't stay on too long. Got a lot of other stuff to prep. But, yeah, what does everybody want to go over here? So this is apparently a real image, not AI, supposedly, from the Alex Jones account, the Alex Jones Twitter account. Austin MP bringing in some WWE or WWF material. Is Vince and HBK really fruity? Bret Hart said so. Oh, man. There's a lot of weird stuff going on there. Who thinks Alex Jones should do a Christmas movie? I mean, he's got the girth for it. He's got the girth to play Santa, does he not? Did you guys know there was a Jingle All the Way 2 also? Not just a Kindergarten Cop 2? Way back in 2014. With Larry the Cable Guy. They need to do a Jingle All the Way 3 with Alex Jones. Jingle All the Way 1, of course, the Christmas classic, possibly the greatest Christmas film of all time, with Arnold. Alex Jones needs to do a Christmas movie where he's just delivering a lot of conspiracies. Merry conspiracy, people. Man, that's a strong reindeer. Greater Parrot says, Christmas is satanic, it's just modern day Saturnalia? I went over that on the Christmas Conspiracy episode. You can check that out. Alright, what's the final thing we're going to go over here before we round this out? Final points here. Anybody have anything to say regarding Christ Mass? Surprised nobody's mentioned Epstein. One second here. Let me see if I can pull something up. Carito Superstar says hello, no speak English. What are you referring to there? OIC says Crothers proves LIGO was undoubtedly a fraud with emails from the LIGO staff who have done the measurements, among other things. Okay, you didn't miss anything, Flat Bob. I'm trying to pull up another clip here, but it's not working. All right, any final points here? I'm assuming everybody wants to round this out with some roller jam. So, yeah, let's play some roller jam. And everybody can have a happy holiday. Hopefully you're having a happy holiday already and not plugging satanic energy for Satan.
Speaking of mental illness, Kenneth Logue's luxury skybox. She was having a good time talking about it, but Amanda didn't think too much of it, did she? Matthews offered back, and Blitch sets up, and Blitch takes Matthews down, and I mean hard. That happened on the other end of the track, and we can hear it, and now Timber. Oh, look out. If they're all like this, you'll never get there.
No, you can't take that kind of abuse through a whole season, and then what follows it up to with the Timber, like you said, Roy, there you go.
Full weight right down on her back. Conamack and Matthews are tooth and nail. Oh, Jamie.
Blowing in the air there.
So did Shea Brown. He's out of there? No, because Shea Brown railed her.
To give edge, Conamack.
Although you wouldn't know it by that, would you?
No, you're right.
Obviously can block as well as Jan, but now she's going to get dumped by Conamack. That's all they gave her.
Too white.
But here's a big play by the Quakes. Stacy Blitch and Conamack just dragging her by the head just about.
I've been talking to a lot of cool people online, a lot of females, you know, guys a little bit, but actually, I've been talking to a guy in prison.
Stay with you that was in prison. Has he even practiced with your team?
He don't need a practice, man.
It's Mo Sanders. I think his stamina will be to bed. He's that good. Look at that. You talk about good. Oh, my goodness. What a call. Me too, Jason. You're not getting by without a fight. Oh, look at Atkinson work him over. Oh, did you hear that collision? And look, now there's the convict, Devo. He's out up in his seat, and his job, obviously, is to take care of Atkinson. Oh, man, being stars right now. Did you hear that, Mark?
Oh, God, you see it.
What hits? Sanders, look, usually he's gabbing, he's talking, he's bragging, but oh, look at that collision. Devo, where did he come from? Well, I'd like to send him back wherever he was.
I win. I keep the belt, and you stay away from my sister.
I'm accepting your challenge because I've been hunting you down for the longest.
We're going to do this.
Race between Jason McDaniel and Mo Sanders. If they wanted to, that didn't mean much. It's like the early stages of a great horse race. And there's a
playing the first half of this game. And look, what's Mo Sanders doing?
Oh, he's taking the jersey off. He's ripping his orange hot dice jersey off. Sanders has done it. He's got that jersey, and look out, Mo. Here comes McDaniel again. He uses the jersey. Here comes McDaniel again. Is right. Oh, they both go over the rail. They're both off the track, trying to unbuckle Jason McDaniel's skates. Jason's kicking, trying to get away from him. He did it. He did it. You say anything goes in a match race. Jason's trying to skate like a skateboarder on one, but he's not going to be able to catch him.
Roy, he does not need to do that. What is Mo Sanders doing? That should not count. Taking his skate off. That's ridiculous.
For Jason McDaniel, it inflicts the punishment on Weber, and then gives him the tweaks. Well, Jam left it with slowly to win it. Game-winning point. Game-winning. Thanks for being with us tonight, everybody. Remember, it's trash night. Take your can out.
How do they know where it's trash night to take your can out? It's a national broadcast, if not international. But, yeah, thanks everybody for joining us on this Christmas edition of the Mindshock podcast. Logical entertainment at its best. So, have a great one, everybody. We got Logic Olympics coming up within the next day or two. I will also be doing, the Austin vs. Jaron series, hopefully finishing that up pretty soon. Not sure if I'm going to get to the Mandela series this week, but maybe. We'll see. A lot of Christmas requests were made. You can continue to drop more further ones, and I do have a couple of surprises coming up as well. So yeah, thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Have a great one out there. This is Bruce McGuire signing off. Catch you guys next time.